Drifter, written by Jim Mintz.
The knock came just after daybreak. A short, frumpy man with an enlarged gut pounding on the wooden door that the boy had fixed with a new set of nails the day before. The tax collector. He had given the woman a break a week earlier, but now she needed to pay. The woman anticipated the knock. The entity had anticipated the knock, because it knew what the woman knew. The entity dislodged itself from the woman and traveled through the wood grain to the other side, into the taxman. It read his thoughts. He was an agent of Rome, tasked with collecting their revenue. They gave this task to him, for they feared causing a stir amongst the locals. The taxman relished the power because he was void of self-esteem. He was not respected amongst his peers and took no pity on them. The entity could read no empathy in the man's conscience. He was sociopathic. He lived for one task and one task alone. "You must pay, woman," the taxman yelled as he pounded the front door. The entity took charge. "Leave her. She does not need to pay," it said to the man through his thoughts. "She must pay like everyone else," the man thought back. The man was not swayed and could not be negotiated with. The entity could see the disconnect inside the man's brain. His mind was different from the others. A vital piece was missing. The entity repaired this defect to see what the taxman's reaction would be. A stem inside that did not allow electrodes to pass through nodes was dead. The entity revitalized it, giving it a series of massages to promote blood flow. The entity watched as the nodes began to fire on this section of brain. By massaging the node, the entity was struck with a memory, the cause of the destruction. A brass plate hit over the head of the taxman when he was a young boy. The taxman was asleep for a very long time, the impact causing the damage. The entity watched as the taxman rekindled this part of his mind and used it almost instantly. Empathy began to rise out of his conscience, and the taxman began to listen to the requests of the entity's thoughts. "Leave her. She is a widow. She does not have what you want." The taxman accepted her predicament. He stopped pounding and yelling and left her in peace. Later it had a thought. "What will I tell the soldiers? They will expect profits from me. I could be putting myself at risk." The entity was about to answer him when a large gathering in the street caught the taxman off guard. People were jammed into a tiny laneway, listening to someone speak. The taxman was intrigued. It climbed a nearby tree to get a better look, a better sense of who it was that was able to command such a crowd.